Hi everybody! Welcome back to the channel at Dolls on Skates here on YouTube and also at Dolls on Skates over on Instagram. I am so excited for today's video and I am just going to be showing my entire American Girl collection and how I store it. And so I will be showing you how I store their clothes slash accessory type things, how I have the doll set up in this dollhouse that I just built yesterday, and any dolls who aren't in the dollhouse will also, I'll show you how I have them set up. So yes, welcome to my entire American Girl collection and storage. So as you can see, I am in the middle of building the shelf here. So it's supposed to go up and down like a bookshelf, and there's the shelves over there. But instead of putting the shelves in, I will just build it and not put it up and down, and I'll just flip it up. You'll see what I mean. So for these bookshelves, well, the dollhouse is made out of bookshelves, and basically, so this part right here and this part is all one, and it's supposed to be a bookshelf that sits up. But I just don't put the shelves in, like I build it and then don't put the shelves in. And then this one is half of the piece, because I had this exact same one before for my old dollhouse, and then as I was moving in here, I dropped half of it and broke it, and so I was like, well, I guess now the dolls are just gonna have a bigger dollhouse, because I repurchased this bookshelf and then I just added that one on top. So yeah, that's how I did this, and these bookshelves are like 40 bucks. So it's a pretty reasonable price if you're trying to build a dollhouse that isn't extremely extravagant but also isn't literally just a shelf. I mean, I guess that's kind of what this is. They kind of just look like display. It's not a fully fleshed out room. Let's actually just go ahead and flip the camera over so I can show you a little closer and more in depth, I guess. So, oh, let's actually start on the bottom floor, just because this room needs to be juiced up. There's not too much going on. There's just two chairs. So I built that beanbag chair myself. My siblings in the 80s had a beanbag chair, and then I just took it apart and sewed a doll size one. And then that is an American Girl brand camping chair. So yeah, right now Vivian and Kirsten are just chilling, just hanging out. Up here we have the bedroom. So there is Kit's bed with a mini Kit and a mini Sam. There's life-size or doll-size Sam, and this picture I painted myself. That cup came with the camping chair, and then this. It reminds me of in Kit's story in her first book, her mother makes her like a super girly, frilly bedroom, and she doesn't love it before she goes to the attic. And this chair kind of reminds me of something that was described in the book, and so I guess maybe Kit took that along. She liked that part of the frilly room, so she kept that with her bed. Then this jewelry box I made when I was a child, like seriously 4 years old, and there's just is randomly painted. It was no pattern whatsoever, and so I just painted over it with white. And it's not acrylic paint or anything, it's just washable, so it's not the most full coverage, but it works for what is going on here. Then up here, this is kind of, I guess, the artsy room. I don't know exactly what's going on here. This rack is from Michael's, and then well, she's Corinne, but in my collection I call her Imogene. So Imogene here is just going through these necklaces. They're from all kinds of places. Some are local, some are American Girl brand, like Kirsten's necklace, Sage's necklace, and then some of these are from All Dolled Up on Instagram. I love her, so I will try to tag her. Over here we just have two easels that I haven't painted yet. Does anyone remember when fish were a thing in the 90s, like to have a fish themed bathroom? Because that was my childhood bathroom, so that's where this fish came from, is my childhood bathroom. And then this vintage lamp I got at a vintage store. Over here, this is supposed to be like a spice container, I don't know, spice holder. I don't really love what's happening here. I definitely have to, like I said, juice up the dollhouse a little bit, especially this room and then the room down below, but this one, like, I love the way this part looks. This is so cute. Agitating, grating voice. This is not so cute. I might fill this up with some, like, cute rocks or something. I don't know. in here. Maybe if I make some doll food out of clay, like that would be cute or something like that. But yeah, so here is these 3 stories of the dollhouse. Over here we have the 2 more rooms. So this is kind of like the kitchen, and obviously it's not, like I said, a fully fleshed out kitchen. There's not like a microwave, a fridge, whatever, what have you. But there's shelves and it's vaguely kitchen-y, especially the tile. I'm really proud of this tile. This is just a bunch of coasters that I got like back in December, I think. I also got this thing back in December. That's Lainey's tea kettle. This one I found at the thrift store. So vases, this I got in Germany. Just some cute stuff going on here. And then over here, just, I don't know, a little stand. I guess she's eating apples or something, looking at the flowers. I'm gonna have to restock their vases. Or this thing over here, I could even put flowers in that instead of like cool rocks. But I don't know for sure yet. I don't really know what's exactly going on. I just set this up yesterday and I set it up within like less than an hour. So I didn't have a super plan. I just kind of put the rooms together. I like this more than the setup I had before though, because before it would have been 4 rooms at the old place, and yeah, this is honestly cuter. Even though it's not, I don't know, ideal. It would be cool if I could have the rooms be more like actual rooms, but there's just not the space. Like if I were to go get some Our Generation, the fridge and oven or whatever, it wouldn't fit in the kitchen, you know? So I guess I'm satisfied with this for now. I probably just want to change some things. I think if I changed those 2 bland rooms, like I said, I'd like this a little more. But anyway, down here we have the living room. Oh, I'm really gonna have to I just keep saying this, so sorry if this is annoying, but yeah, fix up some things. This is, I just set it up, like I said. So this jewelry box I've had for like a year. This thing I found at Target. These I just printed and laminated some of my favorite albums. They were hanging on the wall, but when I moved I took them down. So I'm gonna try to put those back up. And then my friend made these several years ago. Those were also hanging on the wall. I'll probably try to get those back up. Just some newspapers, cards. So moving on from the dollhouse, we have the camper. I used to do like all of my videos in the camper, so you might be kind of familiar with this. Maybe not though. But here's Lainey's camper. Again, it's not set up the way I had it. Actually, let's see what's in the bench here, because when I was moving, I was just throwing a bunch of random doll stuff in the bench. This Stanley. This is cute. Oh, I love this. It's a shot of, well, when you can get like just a shot of a full-size liquor. I love Chambord. It's so delicious. And the bottle in a full-size is gorgeous. Oh, what's down there? A piece of flour. Okay. Yeah, so just some of Lainey's things. This sponge that I cut off of a real Sponge Daddy, so I have it over here as the sponge. I'll have to continue going through this in a little bit, but yeah, let's get some of this stuff out. Set that back up. So yeah, here is the dollhouse, and I just have it on a set of drawers, which are my human clothes drawers. Moving on from the camper, over here is the Our Generation wooden wardrobe. This just happened last night. I was like scooching it back and it scraped. So I'll have to try to get that off with a magic eraser or something. Then over here, I have some Christmas cards or holiday cards. That's from Bugs Dolls a few years ago. That's from Loads of Dolls. I actually haven't seen her post in a while. I should go check if she's still active because I really, really love her. But yeah, there's that. And then here is another holiday card from Bugs Dolls. And let's go ahead and peer inside here what's going on. In my own closet, I also always have clothes in rainbow order. And so, yeah, we just have them lined up here. These are pretty much clothes that are just not historical. So Girl of Today or Homemade or just other brands, whatever. if they are historical, there's pieces like Courtney's top, Julie's tops, but just pieces that I don't really put together for a full outfit. Like, for example, I don't know, a historical outfit like Felicity's riding gear. I don't have it, but that would go in a different area, just because, I don't know. You're looking at the inner workings of my brain. I don't really know exactly the rhyme or reason, but this is just how I have things. So yeah, these are just things that aren't historical mostly. And then we have shorts, skirts, pants. These are long skirts and overall type things. And these are just random tops that don't really fit in, like they'll fall off of a hanger if I put it on a hanger, so they're just down there. So yeah, here is our generation wardrobe. Oh, down here, I don't even want to show you what's going on in here. It's just like random. Most of it is kind of stuff that I had that's like childhood-esque. Like this was my troll doll. I have some mini porcelain dolls that were mine, and I just don't know exactly what I want to do with them because they were from childhood and I don't want to get rid of them, but then also they don't work for display in the dollhouse or the regular human parts of the house. Now here is my human-sized dresser, but I have only doll things in it, and here's just the top, which is like my little Care Bear collection. Literally my little Care Bear collection because it's the tiny ones. I have a bigger Care Bear collection. I want to make a video on that someday, I think, but they're not here. So yeah, here's the tiny ones, and then let's move on to what's going on in the drawers, American Girl wise. This top drawer, I know this kind of looks crazy, but it is organized. Oh, other than that, I just have only had this one of Isabel's meat shoes for a long time, and I just like never want to throw it away because what if I find the other one, even though I've moved multiple times and have not found the other one. But yeah, I just have them organized. I think there's 9 different categories. So I have like AG modern. I know for sure Kit has her own category. These are just for skates because naturally dolls on skates. We have plenty of skates in this dollhouse. And yeah, just a few other categories like slippers. We're not going through all of this today. Maybe I'll do an in-depth like my doll shoe collection. But yeah, there is the top drawer. Next drawer, this is head and hat type stuff, I guess. So right here, this is hair stuff for Kit. Anything here is for Kit because I just have a ton of Kit's collection, which you can probably tell based on a lot of my storage. There will be like a specific Kit dresses, Kit, what was up here? Kit shoes, what have you. So here's Kit's hair stuff. Here's anything that's not Kit. These right here, there's like 3 wigs in there. These obviously just elastics, always a good thing to have. These are all hats. I guess a few things in there aren't hats, but it's pretty much entirely hats other than like, what would this be called? Like a headscarf. I have a couple of those type things in there. These, I don't know, I should get another bag. I just didn't want to squish them in the same bag. But yeah, just a few more hat. What is this? I have so many pieces of dried flower around in my doll things because I have a lot of dried flowers in vases and stuff, and just when I was moving, I guess they like kind of got everywhere. So yeah, don't mind that if you see me picking up little dried leaves or dried petals. I'm sorry. But then these are the hats that I don't want to get squished or destroyed, whatever. So they're of course not in a bag, but Sam's meat hat, Kit's hat from her school skirt outfit, and then this Happy Birthday Molly crown. So yeah, there's that drawer. This drawer, I'm not entirely proud of. I'm not loving it that much, but you know, it'll do. So these are all jackets and sweaters, a couple of like poncho type things, just things that go over a shirt that aren't an actual shirt. The shirts are all in the wardrobe. Like I said, there's kind of there's no reason to this madness. My brain categorizes things a certain way, and that's how I rolled with it for now. The doll storage might not always be like this. But yeah, so these are all jackets, sweaters type things, and these are all wintry type boxes. I think there's only one box that isn't winter stuff, but I can't really remember which one it is or what's in here. Oh, I must have been this one. I probably would have put the winter stuff all together. Oh, that's Sam's garters from her, why can't I think of it? Her wool winter stuff, whatever the name of that is. But yeah, these are all like winter type stuff. This has like my menorah. That has one of the mini brands little trees. So yeah, that's all winter type stuff in these Maple Lee and that American Girl box. And then, like I said, sweaters and jackets type stuff. These are all just accessories. So all of my different purses that I have. This is the one that I believe holds the stuff I really don't want to lose. So Sage's ring is in there, and then a pen. I don't know. Everything else just has the stuff that actually came with it. So Mary Ellen's accessories are in there, kids accessories. That has nothing in it. That also has nothing in it. These ones are accessories that you can wear. Like I said, I don't know, my brain just put it together. So there's like a mask in there. Actually, I'm going to show this because this is one of my favorite accessories. Like, how stinking cute. The dolls are so cute wearing this, and in 2020, they definitely wore this a lot in public. And then, yeah, just other accessories that you can wear. We got the baseball, bat, glove, ball, Kirsten's bag thing. This is supposed to hold glasses. And then these are just accessories that are kind of like living room type stuff. So like books, crayons, I don't know, just accessories that don't belong with this stuff, I guess. And then I also usually just kind of throw these dogs on top just until I think of a different way to store them. I'll have to put them throughout the dollhouse, actually. That's probably the best option here. But for now, they're gonna go right here. So I have two Kit's Graces. So this one is named, this is Grace, and then this one is Wally. My dog destroyed him, and I was so furious because I was just hyping him up and being like, my dog has literally never touched my doll stuff ever. And then he did that like within the same week. Like, bro, I was making you look good. Anyway, there's Scooter, Mary Ellen's dog, and then there's McKenna's dog, Cooper. I don't know. In my collection, I might give him a different name. Here is this drawer, which is kind of winter stuff, and then a couple of things that aren't. So all of those are winter and Christmas dresses. In rainbow order as best I could, but there's not a ton of colors for the Christmas situation. And then we have two jackets. One is Kit's jacket, one is from the Michaels brand. And then these are just the outfits that I have in dust bags that don't really go anywhere else. So I have, well, one of them is a Christmas dress. It's Sam's, and then I also have Sam's midi dress and Sam's coat, the wool coat that I couldn't think of the name of a minute ago. These are all in here, so that is that drawer. This one, this is just a nice breath of fresh air because it looks so organized and clean compared to the other drawers. Like, okay, the other drawers I think are pretty organized. They just don't look as good. So maybe I'll figure something out to make it look a teeny bit better. But for now, this is what it is. So these are historical dresses, or just like full outfits. So like I said, historical things that I can't really put together in a full outfit. Maybe this makes more sense seeing this because like Julie's neat outfit, for example, I don't really want the jeans and the shirt just like chilling. I don't know. It just wouldn't fit as well. And also I use those pieces a ton. Like the jeans are always on a doll pretty much no matter what. So yeah, that's why those things are over in the Our Generation wardrobe. But here we just have historical dresses. So we have Molly's birthday, Mary Ellen and Kit's meets, Sam's birthday, Sam's meet, multiple Kit dresses, Nenea's school. I have two different Kirsten dresses because one is from the 90s, one is from the 35th anniversary, Molly's school, and Addie's birthday outfit. So yeah, that is that drawer. Probably my favorite drawer. This is my like bathroom closet, and these towels I use for my head just because they're old like theater t-shirts, and that's what I use for my hair instead of an actual towel. So yeah, that's not doll related, ignore that, but these are doll related. That one has my dresses that are from the Almanzo Wilder farm, because I love that place. My dad is from the same village that Almanzo Wilder, Lauren Goes Wilder husband, is from, and so I've been to his house a bunch of times, and I have a bunch of the dresses. They don't sell them anymore unless they brought them back, but when I was there 2 summers ago, they told me they had stopped selling the dresses. So I have doll-size dresses in there from that place, and I just didn't want them in with the other wardrobe or dresser just because, I don't know, they just didn't really fit. They're like really big and bulky. Anyway, these ones are pajamas, so all of my doll pajamas are in there. I don't know, that's just the way the storage is going right now. I'm being honest, okay? I'm telling you guys what's up. This is how I store my things. I don't know if your method is better. Maybe it's not better, and so maybe this looks great to you. And finally, we are over to the very last area of my doll collection. I can't believe the video's almost done. Because I'm having so much fun. Like, oh, it just feels so good to film again. Like I said, I haven't been filming, editing, posting in 3 full weeks, which is just crazy for me. Because I've been really consistent on here since I've been back. I think I started posting again in like November. Maybe it was October. Oh, it was before Halloween. So it was October, I think. Maybe even September. Anyways, actually it was January, February, March, April. Just kidding. But yeah, I've been really consistent since being back, and so it's just really fun to film again because it's been 3 weeks. But anyways, up here, oh, not all of these are American Girl, I'm kind of just realizing, but these are just buttons. This is like just my household stuff, not doll related. But that one are doll stuff. I think that my friend at Wispy Tea Party gave me those, and they were from the 90s. And then obviously some of these are just like theater and the Field of Burn. Down here, this is my Laura Ingalls Wilder books, our Little House on the Prairie books. I'm missing number 7, which kills me. I think I lost that a couple of moves ago, and it bothers me every time I look over here. But I want the very same one that matches with these that I had. This isn't doll related, I guess, but it's kind of, I always kind of lump my Laura Ingalls stuff with my doll stuff, but yeah, anyways, I'm gonna have to, I wonder if I could even call the place, the Almanzo Wilder place, because that's where all of these came from, and be like, please give me this one, because I want to make sure it's the exact same one that matches. And I got them slowly through my childhood because my aunt who lived near there would send me like one at a time because she knew how much I loved them. But let's move on to actual American Girl stuff. Actually, look at my Furby just because it's so cute. This is my Furby. Okay, I won't show you everything. I'm just excited. I'm sorry. But here is the actual American Girl books I have. So I have Kit's collection plus 2 more. Sam plus her meat book that came with the 35th anniversary. Then I have most of the Kirsten books. I have 3 out of 6, and then I also have an additional 1. And then I have 2 of the Molly books. I have Lainey's book, and I have all of Addie's books, but I am doing a deep dive kind of read through right now, so that's why only this one is up here. And then this one, I hold my sewing and knitting stuff in here, but this was from when Stony Clover Lane did their collab with American Girl, and I got this bag, and I really love it. Then moving on down here, oh, let me do the reveal of them in their cage. My boyfriend was so perturbed when he came and saw this. He was like, why are they literally in jail? But yeah, here is where they are. These are the dolls who don't really fit in the dollhouse or the camper without it being too squished and not realistic. I mean, nothing about the house is super realistic because it's not a real fully fleshed out house, like I said. It's more like display, but still, we won't have 10 people or 10 dolls just standing together in a lump, you know what I'm saying? So they live down here, and I just kind of switch them out. All of these dolls, I would say, live in kind of the universe together, except for 35th anniversary. I only ever use her for display. She used to be, I would dress her modern sometimes, but now that I have I think she's a 91 Kirsten, she is the one who gets to dress modern just because her hair was already taken out long ago and this Kirsten's wasn't. So yeah, for that purpose, she doesn't really get played with, and that is why she is in her St. Lucia or St. Lucia dress because she hasn't been changed since Christmas, just because she's always on display. But yeah, there's the rest of the dolls. Oh no, look at her closed eye. Let's fix that. Poor Kit. She's also the only one who's not wearing any clothes right now. Thank you so much for tuning in and checking out how I store my American Girl things. Go ahead and comment your favorite part, or how you like to store your things, anything you'd like to see maybe a little closer look at. I would love to make, if you have any suggestions, be like, okay, I would love to see that drawer of things up closer. Yeah, I'll totally make a new video and show you whatever you want to see. But yeah, thank you. I'm sorry this video was like a little bit rambly, probably a little bit fast. I feel like I was talking a million miles an hour, but I was just so excited to film again. Like, I have just had the itch for the past 3 weeks, but I've been way too busy to film, and so it feels so good to just come. This is like my favorite way to de-stress besides roller derby. So yeah, thank you for hanging out with me today, and I hope you enjoyed. See you later. Bye. Check out Dolls on Skates on Instagram. Mwah! My eyebrows look so pink. Oh no. And then I also have